Hello everybody, welcome today to another storytime video. Today I'm going to be telling the story of the time that I got my head shoved into a toilet. And yes, this was an actual thing. As you can see in the background, there's some TF2 gameplay going on. I might upload another upload a little bit later where I'm just casually playing some TF2. Also, thinking about setting up a public lobby so that a bunch of my subscribers can join in and possibly be in the next storytime video, as you know, just playing around and being there. Anyway, let's get on to the point. Right into the video. We're gonna go ahead and have like a main character, and then he's gonna have like a bunch of goons or lackeys or friends that are with him. So we're gonna call this main character Alexander. That is not his name by any means. We're going to call him that, and we're going to call him Alex for short. Now, back after my parents had gotten divorced and my father left and everything, my mother ended up having to have us live in this apartment where a lot of other people lived, but they lived off of like government welfare or something like that. And basically, we were the only people that really paid for our apartment there. Anyways, that's not the point. We had to go to this school called, well, we're just going to call it the worst elementary school in the world. When we went here, this place was so terrible as to the fact that there were a lot of, there was a lot of urban kids there. Not to be racist or anything like that, but I was pretty much the guy who came from the upper class and immediately fell to lower class. So when this happened, we went to this school, and I was the only Caucasian male there. I was actually bullied for this, constantly. I was the only one in my class, the only one in my grade, and one of two in the entire school. And in the time that I was there, it ended up getting worse and worse to the point where I was actually in the restroom at one point, and Alex and a bunch of his friends were there as well. And they were kind of picking on me and stuff, and I was like, leave me alone type of thing. And Alex had one of his friends push me back into one of the stalls. I freaked the hell out because this guy was a little bit of a bigger guy, and I couldn't exactly, push back against him. And he pushed me so far back into the stall as to where I could not push him back and actually get out. So, due to the fact that I couldn't push him back and they were bullying me and such, I said some very rude things to them, which I do not regret saying, due to the fact that right after I said these things, he had his friend shove my head into the toilet. The toilet was not used, luckily, but I distinctively remember this as a terrible time in my childhood. And I also remember I was young at that time, and I distinctly remember saying that I wish that I was the president so that I could blow up this school. And I know, cringy and terrible, but the way that these people treated me was worse than any time I'd been treated before. And then I went afterwards to my next school, middle school. And thus, within the first few months, I had punched a girl in the eye. So I came from this school, where I'd gotten my head shoved in a toilet, and later punched a girl in the eye. That's kind of the backstory of why people didn't tend to mess with me very often. Now, on the lighter side of things, people didn't mess with me very often. Although, in doing so, people didn't really quite talk to me. On the bright side, I was able to make some friends because of this. And if you watch my last story video, you'll know that I had to go to the bus circle every day for the rest of my time in middle school. Now, in going to the bus circle, I actually ended up seeing this kid who was playing on his DS, and at the time, that's all I did, was just, play on my DS. So I went up to this kid, and we played DS together. played Call of Duty Modern Warfare on DS. I distinctively remember playing Call of Duty Modern Warfare on DS with this kid. And by this kid, of course, I mean the one and only Conrad. And Conrad, being the great guy that he is, we ended up being friends for the entire time that I went to middle school. 3 years that I went to middle school, this guy was my friend. And then after that, we were still friends to this very day. I just haven't talked to him in a little bit. And I think here pretty soon I'm going to make a video with him. But, you know, if it goes all the way back to that kid Alex, and if he never would have shoved my head in the toilet, I don't think I'd have ever met Conrad. So now that I go back and look at it, I think it was actually a good point in my life. So I decided to go on the last storytime video that I uploaded. Nobody commented any stories, but I will say right here that Cowie commented that she was going to come and pick up that tape, and you know what she didn't do? I'm even going to edit in a part of the video where I'm actually talking for this part. I'm going to show you right now exactly where that tape is, Cowie. You see it? Right there? Right there, I'm touching my finger with it. It's still there. And as for you, Gaston, I know you're out there. It's still there, buddy. It's still there. Yeah, it's still there. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed. This is really weird because I'm talking into a camera and not onto a computer screen. But hey, look at this. I'm talking to you guys. I hope you all enjoy the video. And please, for the love of goodness, comment some stories down below. And I'll read them. Anyway, guys, that's going to be it for this episode, and I'll see you in the next one. Adios.